All right, good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Wanda J. Denson, 7362.
Good evening, Denson. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen today on a couple of different matters. The first is a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Robert Foreman of the Pima County Justice Court on Saturday, June 7th of last year. This relates to charges of possession of drug paraphernalia and failing to appear. You also have a misdemeanor case involving possession of drug paraphernalia from earlier today. Just so you're aware, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. On your, and I believe you're actually being held, just confirm, jail, where Mrs. Denson's already being held on a separate matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And Ms. Denson, all right. Given the fact that you're going to be held, I'm going to set your Justice Court matter out a little ways. I'm going to sketch an arraignment for you. That'll be on January the 21st at 8:30 in front of Judge Foreman, who issued the warrant. I'll let them know that you are being held on a felony in case they need to transport you or see you by video. And on your misdemeanor matter, or I'm sorry, your city court matter, I should say, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to the charge. I'm going to set a non-transport review hearing for you, since you're being held on the felony, for February the 13th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Maldonado. I'm not going to hold you in the city court matter since, again, you're already being held, but I will appoint the city public defender's office to represent you given that felony matter. I'll advise you, you do have the right, in addition to the right to remain silent, you also have the right to counsel and the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You also have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial, where again, you are presumed innocent. However, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case or a trial, they could proceed in your absence. New charges could be filed against you or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and can't be sentenced within 90 days because of your absence, you could lose the right to appeal your conviction. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, I understand that. Yeah.
Okay. And that's all I have from you. You'll continue to be held, but if you are released, please make sure and attend your hearings at the Justice Court and the City Court so that a new warrant isn't issued for you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice night. I'm sorry? Thank you. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
William 25, 1960.
All right, Mr. Edwards. Good evening. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a few different matters. The first is, looks like a petition to revoke probation in 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 different cases at the Tucson City Courts. And you also have new charges related to failing to comply with court order, criminal trespass in the second degree, and disorderly conduct, all allegedly occurring earlier today. And to remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Tucson City, the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to the new charges and a denial on your behalf to the petition to revoke. I'm going to also set a video review hearing for you. That'll be on January the 20th at 9 a.m. Oh, I'm sorry, at 1:45 p.m., excuse me. In front of Judge Hale. All of these cases will be consolidated down so that you can hopefully have them all adjudicated at the same time if possible. And I'm going to impose a bond of $500 cash and secured so you can receive time credit. And so that I can appoint you that attorney. I'll also advise you, in addition to the rest I just mentioned, you also have the right to be presumed innocent and to have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt, at least, and this is to the new charges. You also have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent. However, if you fail to attend any hearing or a trial, they could proceed in your absence, new charges could be filed against you, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and can't be sentenced within 90 days because of your absence, you could lose the right to appeal your conviction. You understand all of that, sir?
Yes.
Okay. And that's all I have for you, sir. Again, you are going to be seen by Judge Hale on the 20th. You should hopefully be hearing from the city attorney's the city public defender's office, excuse me, shortly. But that's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Armando Garcia, August 3rd, 1978. Good evening, Judge.
Good evening. Garcia, you're being seen here this evening based on a warrant issued for your arrest. This relates to four charges of failing to appear, 2 charges of criminal damage, and 2 charges of disorderly conduct, all occurring in 2018, from July to December of that year. Just a reminder, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm gonna take a look at the bond amount, and I've reviewed your file before this evening's hearing. The bond amount set at $39. I'm going to impose bond at $39 cash as secured, and I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you and set a video review hearing for you on January the 20th at 1:45 p.m. If you do end up posting the bond, you will need to appear at the court on that date. Otherwise, another warrant could issue for your arrest or the bond could be forfeited. You understand, sir?
I understand, sir. I have a question. Can I challenge these accusations? I
Certainly can at the hearing on the 20th.
I would have to have been released, Judge. I'm filing for a pardon, a federal pardon. I committed a crime, a federal felony, and I'm trying to clean my record, my history. And I did so. I paid all my restitution and I paid all my fines to the county and to the city of Tucson. I don't know what these charges are. I can show you proof of my compliance with the fines and all my paperwork is in order. And I don't know what to do. How do I post bond? If I can have somebody post bond for me, this is new to me.
Well, you can certainly have somebody else post bond, post the $39 for you, or post it yourself if you have those resources. Otherwise,
Okay.
you can have or ask Judge Hale on the 20th, by or through your attorney, to reconsider the bond amount and potentially release you on your own recognizance. But for now, I'm going to honor the bond as requested by Judge Hale, the $39 cash secured.
What are these charges again? And why am I being held since as I, if I can show proof, how am I gonna how do I lose the days that I'm gained already? I'm supposed to be scheduled to work. Um, the holidays kind of got in the mix of all what's going on in my life, but I'm supposed to be going back to work, and I can assure you that I can show proof that those accusations either are false or I don't know where they're coming up from.
Well, sir, I'm looking at the court records right now.
Can you enlighten me, Judge, and tell me why they keep coming up? Who's coming up and who's in
Just
charge?
hold
of
for 1 minute.
accusation?
On September 3rd, Judge Hale held a hearing in your case, failed to appear.
Okay,
She ordered a warrant issued for your arrest in the amount of $39.
okay,
These relate to charges from 2018 involving multiple criminal accusations that I just listed for you. If you have additional questions about it or wish to challenge it, you can do so by and through your attorney, which I just appointed for you. And you will do it on January 20th at 1:45 PM in front of Judge Hale, the person who issued the warrant. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
And that's all I have
Yes,
for you.
sir.
Thank you very much.
Um,
You're
Ju-
excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Chelsea Howard, 42985.
All right, Ms. Howard, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Jeffrey Klotz at the Tucson City Court for, it relates to a charge of interfering with the judicial proceeding or otherwise violating an order of protection from November of 2024. I just remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Just 1 second. Are you not being held on any other matter? I'm going to set a hearing for you at the Tucson City Court for February the 11th at 10 a.m. in front of Judge Hale. If I release you from custody, can you promise me you'll appear at that hearing?
Absolutely.
Then I'll release you. I'm going to order no contact with the alleged victim in this case and that you not go to wherever they work or live. Also order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence.
Is that restraining order even still, is it still active?
I don't know if it's active or
Oh,
not.
okay.
That information is not in front of me. But for
Okay.
the sake of this evening's case and just given that it is domestic violence allegations,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to simply order the no contact as a precaution,
Okay.
given the nature of it. Okay?
All right.
You'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and attend your hearings and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good evening. Can you please tell me your
Yes,
full name
Doctor.
and birth?
Townsend Jefferson, 92486.
Mr. Jefferson, thank you. This time set for initial appearance, you're being seen here this evening based on, in part, a warrant that was issued related to charges of, I'm sorry, we have a few different cases here. You have new charges involving misconduct with a weapon, criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, possession of drug paraphernalia, and reckless burning, all misdemeanor offenses. The warrant relates to charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, theft, and trespass. I just remind you, do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Let me see. All right, sir. I don't believe you're being held in any other matter. Don't think this is a repeat. So I'm going to set a hearing for you on February the 11th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Maldonado at the Tucson City Court. You know where that is?
Yes.
If I release you from custody, you promise you can appear at that hearing.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna release you on your promise. I'm gonna order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not possess any firearms or weapons, and surrender any firearms or weapons you may have to law enforcement within 48 hours of being released. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, now last, I'm gonna order that you not contact any alleged victim in this case, to include going to where any of them may live, work, or to any incident locations. Lastly, on your new charges, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf and advise you that in addition to the right to remain silent, you also have the right to counsel, which may be appointed to you by the court, or you can hire one at your own expense. You also have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial, where again you are presumed innocent. However, if you fail to attend any hearing or a trial, it could proceed in your absence. New charges could be filed against you, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Also, if you're found guilty at a trial and cannot be sentenced within 90 days because of your absence, you could lose the right to appeal your conviction. Do you understand all of that, sir?
Yes.
Okay. When you'll be released later this evening, please make sure and attend your hearing on the 11th, and good luck. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hello.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, Brandy Sells, 9/22/72.
So thank you very much. You're
Well-
being seen here this evening based on a warrant, actually. Several warrants, in fact. 7 in total, including a probation violation, all out of the city court related to charges of domestic violence interference with judicial proceeding, threats and intimidation, and criminal trespass.
Oh, my God. I
You
never.
do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. I'm going to set a video review hearing for you. So a hearing that's going to basically function the same way for January the 20th at 1:45. So on that date, at that time, you're going to appear in front of Judge Mayhew in the same way you're appearing in front of me today. I'm going to impose a bond. Let's see, there's 7 charges. We're on the lesser of the half of that, which is $750. I'll make that cash or secured. I'll order that you, if bond is posted, that you are not to contact the alleged victims or go to their place of work or residence or commit any acts of domestic violence. All right, ma'am, that's all I have for you. If you do end up posting the bond, you need to attend court on the 20th, or you could find yourself back in custody. Otherwise, thank you very much and good luck. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Israel Smith.
Oh, sorry. And I'm sorry, Mr. Smith, what's your date of birth?
11/21/76.
76?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. You're being seen here this evening based on a charge of unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia and criminal trespass in the first degree, allegedly occurring earlier today. I just remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Mr. Smith.
Question, was the drug paraphernalia except for Miranda?
I'm sorry?
The drug paraphernalia except for Miranda? Cause that's an old case, it's from like 2019, 2018. It's supposed to be taken care of. Like.
No,
COVID.
sir. So what I just referred to are charges that were filed against you today. So this is a brand new case.
Okay.
Not, don't want to talk about the fact of it or any other case you may be pending on. Just gonna try to set this one straight for you so we can get you on your way. Joe, can we confirm Mr. Smith is being held on a separate matter?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Sir, you're being held on a separate matter, apart from this one. It's not in front of me. The only thing I'm gonna be dealing with is the trespass drug paraphernalia charges that I just referred to. But given that you are being held, I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. And I'm gonna set a non-transport review hearing for you. That'll be on February 13th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Mayhew. I'm not gonna hold you on this matter since you're already being held. I'm simply gonna order you not go back to wherever this occurred or have any contact with any alleged victim. I'll enter pleas on your behalf to these charges. I'm sorry, pleas of not guilty on your behalf to these charges. You're further advised that in addition to the right to be silent and the right to counsel, you also have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case to include a trial. However, if you fail to attend those hearings or that trial, they could proceed in your absence. New charges could be filed against you or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and cannot be sentenced within 90 days because of your absence, you could lose the right to appeal your conviction. Do you understand all of that, sir?
On being February 13th?
Yes, sir. There's a non-transport review hearing, so you may not be transported. Your attorneys, the city public defender's office, may waive your presence. If you are released, you do need to attend that hearing on the 13th, okay? All right. That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you very much. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Lisa Monique Smith Freeman, 22186.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Smith Freeman. You're being seen here this evening based on a single charge of criminal trespass in the third degree, allegedly occurring earlier today. Just remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the city public defender's office to represent you. Let's see. I think you're already being held on a separate matter, so I'm going to set a hearing for you on this case for February 13th at 9 a.m. at the Tucson City Court. That'll be a non-transport review hearing, so if you're still in custody, then you waive your presence. Otherwise, if you're released from your other matter, I'm going to release you on this one as well. So if you are released on the other, you need to attend that hearing on the 13th, okay?
How will I know my court date for the other case?
Your court date in the other case?
Yeah.
I don't know what the other case, what you're being held on or what that date will be.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. On this one, hang on. Almost done. I just need to clear up a few more things. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm gonna release you on this matter and simply order that you not return to wherever this allegedly occurred. I'm gonna enter pleas on your behalf of not guilty to the charges. And I need to advise you that in addition to the right to remain silent and the right to an attorney, you also have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial. However, if you fail to attend any hearing or a trial, they could proceed in your absence, new charges could be filed against you, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Also, if you are absent and found guilty at a trial and cannot be sentenced within 90 days because of that absence, then you could lose the right to appeal any conviction. Do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's all I have for you, man. Thank you very much. Good evening. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Joanne Talon, January 23rd, 1989.
Thank you. You're being seen here this evening based on like a warrant that was issued for your arrest. This relates to a petition to revoke probation. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 other cases.
7.
Yep.
What, from when, sir?
Oh, there's-
Judge,
Your warrant, I'm sorry, your active warrants relate to case numbers CM to 19 000 780 and CM 19 002 766.
other words, okay. Judge,
Just to
can I,
remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and then
I know.
it can be held against you.
I'm aware.
Take a look
I
into
just-
your file for a second so I can get a sense of what's going on, okay? I was just kidding. I saw that. I was like, okay, thanks. Yeah, it's a weird one. All right. I'm going to set a hearing for you on February the 5th at 2 p.m.
Okay.
If I release you from custody, can you promise me you'll appear at the city court on that date? At that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you can. Thank you so much. I was worried about my dogs.
Understand, but ma'am, in looking at your file,
Sir, I have a job now and
a series of
many things are different.
not
I have,
appearing and being taken in custody, so.
I have a job now and I don't want to lose that. So it's different now, honestly.
understand The next, if this happens again, the next judge may not be.
Yes, sir.
So please show up on the 5th, okay?
I promise you I will.
All right. And that's all I have for you. Thank you very much. Your
Thank
excuse.
you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Roman Stone, 12285.
Stone, good evening. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on 4 warrants issued for your arrest by Judge Victoria Steele on September 17th of last year relating to charges of failing to obey a peace officer, misdemeanor disorderly conduct, domestic violence disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and domestic violence disorderly conduct, and criminal trespass in the first degree. From looks like 2024, 2025. You also have new charges involving misdemeanor domestic violence disorderly conduct and possession of drug paraphernalia allegedly occurring earlier today. And I believe you're also being held on a separate matter. So on these on all your misdemeanors, sir, I'm going to see if I can't get you in front of Judge Steele. On January 13th. I'm not going to hold you on these bonds since you're already being held on a separate matter. You are going to be appointed counsel, Ms. Amanda Bynum. Her phone number will be in the order from this evening's hearing. But in all, sorry,
Your Honor, they say I'm being hugged. They just picked me up. They didn't even have probable cause. They just picked me up in the streets and said that I had domestic violence. I was walking. I had nothing to do with no domestic violence. I don't understand why I'm getting charged with domestic violence.
well, so you're going to have an attorney to help you figure that out, and you're going to have a court date on the 13th, so in 2 days to help you figure that out. I'm sorry, Joe, just confirm, he is currently being held and will be transported here shortly.
Yeah, that's just, if he gets released, we will release him to a CRC, just that he won't stay in custody. So if he get released the charge, we're just gonna release him to a CRC.
Okay,
Right.
you said, yeah, thank you.
Mm.
I'll go back down there. And hard.
Mm.
Sure.
Mm. 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 Mm.
I didn't want the 45. He dropped it.
Mm. Mm.
Thanks, sir. Just reviewing the pretrial services report a little bit more in depth. I do have some concerns that I think need some more immediate attention here. Since you already have an attorney, I'm gonna set you for a more expedited hearing tomorrow. I'm sorry, yeah, tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. in front of Judge Garza instead of Judge Steele. hopefully. Should be able to address a few more matters. I'm gonna set a $500 bond. I'm sorry, $250 bond, excuse me, in each one of the warrants, warrant mount cases. And on the new case will be the same amount, $250. It'll be cash secured. Conditions will include no contact with the alleged victim. And obviously not to commit any acts of domestic violence. All right, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience. You're excused. Yeah. Thank you.
Right there.
I'm sitting over here, it's getting
Take a
fair.
seat.
No problem. I'm calling, bro.
Good evening.
Sure.
Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Scott Allen Arnold, May 5th, 1982.
Thank you, Mr. Arnold. Evening, it's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a felony interim complaint, alleging theft of means of transportation, allegedly occurring earlier today. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud. You understand?
Sure.
I reviewed the interim complaint, pretrial service report, and state's recommendation. Don't note any other holds, Mr. Arnold. He was a 4 and 2 on the NCAA and FDA scales, and had uh, 10 prior felony convictions dating from 2000 to the most recent 5. With most recently being a sentence ending in September of last year. State's recommendation
So
for $10,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state, Mr. Goodman?
Your Honor, I would just note he's 2 of those 10 prior felony convictions are for identical conduct. I believe California's version of theft of means. In addition to looking at how each and every sentence was structured, he goes to prison, gets out within the next year, commits a new offense, goes back to prison, incrementally increasing the amount of prison, which, you know, I guess even that is not a deterrent for him to stop committing new crimes. So the state would ask for the $10,000 bond, not just based on the number of priors, but the fact that he's already done similar felonies twice for vehicle related felonies, as well as other theft related type felony convictions.
Thank you. Defense, need a minute to talk with your client?
No, Judge, we spoke before the hearing. Weighing towards Mr. Arnold's release, Judge, he has been in AZ in Arizona for 19 years, so he does have ample community connections. He is currently gainfully employed. He is worried about that employment because he is a sole caregiver for an elderly woman. He's worried that that elderly woman won't have care should he be held. He did cooperate with the police when they approached him. He is denying these charges against him and claiming lack of knowledge. There's nothing in the interim that indicates that the car was clearly stolen, and he pointed them to the direction of people who may have something to do with it. So I ask that you take into account that cooperation. His latest parole from that most recent case, he did complete that parole. That indicates that he has become amendable to supervision. He is a 2 on the failure to appear scale, so he's not a flight risk judge. If you are inclined to hold him, I'd ask that you consider the nonviolent nature of this offense and hold him on a more reasonable bond of $1,000. So
Thank you. I'm going to impose a bond, $5,000 cash secured, and set the preliminary hearing date for February the 2nd at 1:30 p.m. I'll order no contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live, and obviously pretrial services monitoring and treatment as directed.
I don't believe that's the correct PH date, Judge, because you're holding him. So it would be 10 business days or 10 days out about.
Sure, so. You never get her. Go.
I say the 21st or the 20th?
You said February 2nd.
he gave me the out of custody date.
Oh, my apologies. No, I think, was it? That's the January 21st, right? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Did I make sure and check that? I'll just have the clerk double check, but it will be for the 21st, the in custody date, not the out of custody.
Thank you.
Judge Buchanan.
Thank you.
So I don't hold you to that. But I don't have that. Where are I going now?
But I got the mail. Danielle?
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Danielle Dietz, 5991.
All right. Ms. Dietz, good evening. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here tonight based on a warrant that was issued in Santa Cruz County. This relates to a charge of possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. I just remind you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be held against you. The warrant itself, make sure I'm checking on all the information. All right. Let's see, warrant was issued April 17th, $2,000 amount. Failure to appear for arraignment. All right. All right, ma'am. So what I see here, I think it's going to be appropriate to honor the bond as requested amount of $3,000. I'm going to make that cash or secured. We'll let
Judge, be heard.
you may.
So Judge, weighing towards Ms. Dietz's release, I would like to note the age of these cases being 2023. I recognize that she was arrested on this case, on these cases in 2025. That did lead to inpatient at Buena Vista. She completed that program and is still connected with Kodak and CMS. She hasn't had any new, I don't get misdemeanor stuff, but she hasn't had any new felony charges since 2023. So that's nearly, well, I mean, it's definitely 2 years, but nearing 3 years without any new felony charges. She, while unemployed, does have a job interview set up for Thursday. She is the primary caregiver for her young child now. So she does recognize the importance of getting to Nogales to deal with these warrants. She doesn't have any violent criminal history. It seems like her only history are these drug crimes. So I would like you to consider that in her release. If you're not inclined to release her, given the failure to appear from last year, Judge, we would ask for a more reasonable $500 bond.
Thank you. And I'm considering both the circumstances, and just for the record, note that in addition to being a 2 and a 5 on the NCA and FDA scales, community test can be verified through a third party reference. Then it did acknowledge being aware of it and failed to contact the court when in the rehabilitation facility. And there were two prior felony convictions, both included warrants and failures to appear. So given that information, I do have concerns about the potential for failing to appear in the Santa Cruz County Court if released. So I am going to honor the bond as requested, the $3,000 cash or secured. I'll set a review hearing for February the 11th at 9 a.m.
It'll be doing the night. So they'll probably give my date this week.
Which do you need to?
So we're gonna let you know for that. It's gonna be a review hearing, so that'll be the last date.
Okay. Okay. So, wait, okay, so February 11th is when I have to see him?
So that'll be the latest review hearing here, but they'll transport you to the senior. That's
But like, what if I'm not? So I'm here until February 11th?
so they probably will transport you sooner, but that would be your next review hearing here. But
So I'm here from,
most likely no, they'll get you out this week. That's just a review hearing, so you don't get lost in the system.
Okay.
Let Nogales know, and you'll probably be transported by the end of this week.
okay.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Hello, Renee Gonzalez. 12/07/2004.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? There was a,
12/7/2004.
thank you. Mr. Gonzalez, good evening. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a single charge of aggravated DUI allegedly occurring earlier today. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you this evening, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud, okay? All right. I reviewed the interim complaint as well as the pretrial services report and the state's recommendation. I didn't note any other holds for Mr. Gonzalez, though I do believe he is pending on a separate DUI matter in the Pima County Justice Court. He was a 4 and a 2 on the NCA and FTA scales. Third-party reference couldn't be reached for comment on his employment or housing. And there was no other criminal history other than the pending misdemeanor case. State's recommendation was $10,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
I would just note, Your Honor, that pending DUI that's less than a year ago and the dangerous set of facts here of driving a vehicle in the wrong direction in the roadway with flat tires, and as noted at once contact was made at driving at somehow a high rate of speed. So that's why the state's requesting a bond, that it is the pending DUI and the facts of the current case.
Thank you. Defense?
So Judge, weighing towards Mr. Gonzalez's release today, he is a lifelong Tucsonan, so has ample community support. He does have housing, and he has indicated that he is full-time employed. If you're not inclined to release Mr. Gonzalez today, Judge, I would ask for a more reasonable bond of $1,000, given his youth at 21 years old, and indigency.
And given the facts and the pending criminal matters, I do have some safety concerns for the community, so I'm going to impose a $2,500 bond. That'll be cash secured, and I'll order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. Ordering no alcohol or illegal drugs, and that Mr. Gonzalez not drive without a valid license. Preliminary hearing date will be January the 21st at 1:30. Thank you very much, sir. You're excused.
Javier.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Javier Navarro. Javier Francisco Navarro.
Yes.
05/22/93.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Navarro, you're being seen here this evening based on charges of possession of burglary tools, possession of a dangerous drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia allegedly occurring earlier today. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud, okay?
Okay.
All right, I reviewed the interim complaint as well as pretrial services report and state's recommendation. Mr. Navarro didn't have any holds or statuses. He was a 5 and a 4 on the NCA and FTA scales. His third-party reference could be reached for comment on his housing or employment status verification. And I only see 2 prior felonies, one from 2015 and one from 2019, the latter of which was designated as a misdemeanor. Both included histories of either failures to appear or probation violations and or revocations. State's recommendation is $5,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
Your Honor, that's primarily based on the one being the warrants. He's been failing to appear for those misdemeanors from 2021 as well as 2023. And at least how I read the interim complaint, when law enforcement arrives, the vehicle takes off from the apartment complex, which appears to have been, I would imagine, some sort of place he was scouting, given the nature of the tools that were found in the vehicle by law enforcement. So given the criminal history, the nature of the charges, $5,000 bond would be appropriate.
Thank you. Defense?
Judge, weighing towards Mr. Navarro's release this evening. He's a lifelong Tucsonan. While not employed, he is a student, so he does have ties to the community and reasons to stay in the community. No new felony history since 2019. I would also like to note that all of his charges, including the FCAs that we have out of city court, these are all nonviolent offenses, so he's not a danger to the community. And the current offense is primarily based upon drug use. So those would weigh towards his release this evening. If you're not inclined to release Mr. Navarro, Judge, we would ask for a much more reasonable bond of $1,000, given his indigency and lack of dangerous or violent history, I should say.
Okay. Thank you. Based on the facts and circumstances, I do think bond is appropriate. I'm going to set a $2,500 cash secured bond and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'll order that Mr. Navarro not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. And I will set the preliminary hearing for January the 21st at 1:30. And I'm sorry, Mr. Navarro, I forgot to mention, you also have a pending city court matter involving the warrant for on charges of driving under the influence, possession of prescription drug without a valid prescription, and possession of drug paraphernalia. On that matter, I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you and set a non-transport review hearing, for February the 13th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Hale, City Court. I'm not going to hold you on this matter. But if you are released, you need to appear at the court on the 13th, all right?
Okay.
All right, sir.
January 13th or February 13th?
February 13th.
February 13th. Okay.
February 13th, 9 a.m. at the City Court.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
All right, that appears to be it, everybody. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
We appreciate you.